Like, let's just say
these stones at $23.99. All right, they'll allow you to do whatever you want, but they won't penetrate your brain. Cash or card. Welcome back to Team SL. I am your host, Josh, with my co-host, Youssef. Back for another episode. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We were... Phone bust. Yeah, we're actually going to start a kind of a new little series that will pop up here and there. We are going to be your new Sydney tour guides.
That's correct.
For anyone that knows the areas that we're going to talk about, you can enjoy listening to all the shit that we speak, all the benefits. Everyone else, you're welcome.
Aboard. Welcome aboard.
You're welcome.
I think it's the whole point of this is to obviously we'll insert our tour guide and then a suburb, and then we'll tell you our experiences with that suburb, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
what's on today?
Like we said before, if you're new to the show, welcome aboard. If you're our friends, then you know exactly how this is going to go. I think the first suburb is... Hold on, do you want to... Newtown.
Newtown. Why are you talking about Newtown?
So I was in Newtown the other day. Okay. I was out and about. Okay. Now, Newtown is a great suburb.
Mike.
Yeah, Newtown's a great suburb for activities. There's a lot to do there. Okay, you got stuff like Holy Moly, bars, you get some clubs, whatever, right? So if you want an all-rounder that's not in the city, Newtown's a place to be. However, there are interesting walks of life in Newtown.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I've been to Newtown a few times, so it's not that bad. But I've come to realize it yesterday, because it was a Friday night, people are out and about, okay, and the weather was a bit doom and gloom. So I just, I was to my thoughts, and I noticed how weird the characters are. Even the person I was with also mentioned how weird some of the walks of life are. And I'm sure there are normal people there.
Well, it's got the weird stamp.
But it's just like, you look at some people, you're like, what are you? For example, I was walking past, and there's this guy who's dressed in like, do you know, what's it called? The Scottish...
The kilt?
Yeah, the kilt.
The kilt.
He was dressed in it.
Did he have underwear?
I don't know. I didn't look for that long, but he was dressed in it, and he was walking around. So he had the kilt. There's the green and red color with the yellow line, and he had like a green sweater. But it was like a young male, probably my age, and he was Asian. It was the weird. I'm telling you, it was.
He didn't go to a dress party or anything.
No, because he was on his own. Like, he was just walking, and then he went to like get food somewhere, and he's walking around. I'm just walking. I'm like, only in Newtown you'd see something like this. You wouldn't see something like this in, I don't know, Greenacre or anything.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, Lakemba or something. But only like Newtown. Yeah.
Yeah, Newtown is incredibly weird. I got introduced to Newtown from my old boss in a job I worked previously. She goes, if you want to go somewhere, go to Newtown. And by that time, I think the Sydney lockout laws kicked in and absolutely obliterated King's Cross, which is another one we'll come to another day.
Ooh.
But I was like, man, the city's basically shut down. So we go to Newtown, and it's actually incredible. When you first go in, it's lined up full of shops.
Yeah.
But that does not...
It's not appealing.
That does not doesn't pique your interest. It's the people,
that
are walking to these places.
Not just that, the shops themselves. I don't know if you've paid attention. I'll go back to last night. There was a shop, all right, and it had this board, and it's got like, boards you can insert letters and stuff on. Like, it's an advertisement board or whatever. These old school boards.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. That one. You support janitor or whatever has to put. Yeah. Anyways, I walk in. I didn't walk in. I walked past it, sorry. And then I point at it and it goes, do you care about your immunity? ? And then it goes, focus on your health because that's what's most important. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I'm looking at the shop and it's not like a pharmacy or a doctor's clinic or anything to do with health. It was like one of those like real hippie, like tree of life sort of things where you buy like stones and stuff that apparently cleanse your spirit and all that random stuff. And I sat there and I'm like, hold on. There is a point where the shopkeeper, whoever put this board up, genuinely believes that the stone you found on the ground, the stone you dig up at the beach or whatever, can cleanse your soul. And
there's a scam artist.
100%. And I didn't realize it because it goes, do you care about your immunity? And it had a sign of the yin yang symbol. And it goes, cleanse your soul now or heal your soul now.
But the yin yang, I don't understand too much about
all I know is the balance of good and bad, isn't it?
But the yin yang the concept of the yin yang, I don't think has anything to do with your immunity. There's a little bit of bad in someone that's wholly good,
And
there's good
in someone
a
that's
bad.
wholly bad, and it's a balance. That's the whole point of it.
So
Not your immunity.
What has that got to an immunity of what?
That's why my immunity of what my physical health. Well, I'm sure these stones won't do much.
The stones are not going to get rid of all the alcohol that's going to enter my
you
body.
like rub it on your forehead and you
Crack it like a nut.
You smack
And
it.
then jump, and shoot through.
Fire. No, I just said to them like, well, it's
Put it in the oven for about 220 degrees at 5 minutes.
You put it in your steering wheel. Congratulations, you've turned your steering wheel to a claymore.
Oh, there's yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, this makes no sense. Then the person was like, what about like your mental immunity? Like, are you mentally immune? And I thought about that
But
concept.
immune to what?
That exactly. I'm like, what do you mean mentally immune? My mental immunity to me is what I perceive things. So if I see something that's or something that'll hurt me or upset me, then I will just the way of me being immune to it is to steer clear from it.
Nah.
That's how I do
Nah,
it.
mate. You're wrong.
Like, let's just say
These stones at $23.99, all right, they'll allow you to do whatever you want, but they won't penetrate your brain. Cash or card?
if you buy two, you get a third one 50%.
hell,
You get the
man.
blue one.
But that kind of stuff only really exists
In Newtown.
Newtown.
I have never seen any other suburb with it. Maybe like one random shop.
I think you see it in far places out of Sydney, like
Yeah, that's fun because I feel like when you're in regional Australia or whatever.
you just buy it as a souvenir. I had this scam artist was selling.
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
stone,
saying. It's like when you go overseas, you buy whatever.
Clears you from the gypsies.
Yeah, it's like when we went overseas. Some people like they buy whatever they have there. It's a scam. You pay like $30 and it's worth 3 cents, but it's a souvenir, so you write it off.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we just collect a bunch of stuff from the beach and say that it does a bunch of voodoo?
Oh, and we'll do like a fire dance.
Yeah.
And you know what? You and I have the power to summon the rain. Because all I gotta do is, let's just say have someone come into the shop, right? I'm like, this stone, if you do the prayer or if you call me and I do the prayer, it'll rain.
You say it. I'll run out the back and wash the cars.
Exactly right.
Because each time I wash my car, each time we wash our cars, it'll rain that day or the next.
Yes.
Yes.
Yesterday, Friday, okay? Literally, it was hot and humid the entire day. I'm like, beautiful. How I want it, okay? Got the bucket out, the soap, started wiping it down, washed the car, and before you know, I literally blinked. I look up and it's pouring rain. And I'm like, I have the power. Like, it's a gift, but it's a curse at the same time.
I know. I had the.
So we should do that. We'll give them a stone, blue, yellow, green, in each color has its own unique, power.
We're going even easier than that. Here's my number. Send me a text. You want the rain? I'll break out the bucket.
$30.
We could set up shop right in Newtown.
Honestly, the rain dance, and then I'll show you the stone, and
Newtown.
you know.
Back to Newtown. I just, Newtown's a hazard.
Okay.
It is.
As in the streets itself.
Like I'm gonna say what I don't like about Newtown.
Yeah,
right?
far away.
The streets are dog shit.
They are actually
Alright.
dog shit.
Okay, like we already know that the councils, like they're having a Christmas party every month, so they need to pay for it. So they'll fucking charge you for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, the parking there is only for a limited amount of time, and everyone's trying to squeeze in.
What parking?
No, it's 2 lanes. It's a 2-lane road.
What parking?
You're supposed to allow to park.
Dude, not even.
On the
Okay,
street?
so the main street is a 2-lane road, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a nightmare in itself.
Yes.
Okay, so you're on the back streets to park. They're all one way.
Yeah,
And the
that's right.
street is literally wide enough to fit, I don't know, a go-kart maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, or a bicycle. You can't fit your own car because it's one way. You got 2 people parked. Like, I think I almost hit something because of how tight it was. And I don't even drive like a full drive. I drive a Civic. That's like a standard car. But because of how tight the street is, right?
Yes.
You can't drive through it. You come to park, you literally can't because my car was too long to steer into
If
the
the
spot.
Civic's too long,
It's a problem.
you got problems. But that's Newtown, right?
And then to top it all off, the houses. Have you seen the houses?
There are houses in Newtown.
I promise you, it's as big as this place. Like this specific room.
Oh, you know what? I mean, we can make a whole episode on the housing, right? The fact that people pay over $1 million
To live
in a shack,
in a shack with
right?
shitty
and
roads
then look down on anybody that has a 2-story house in a suburb that's not as
30 minutes away.
recognized as
It's 30 minutes
Newtown.
away.
right, is beyond me.
It is. The streets are dog shit. There's potholes and the road's never leveled. And you know, when they do roadworks, they make it worse. There are roundabouts and speed humps everywhere.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Everything is one way. So you get, like, I spent maybe 30 minutes driving, not to get to the destination, to get out of the back streets.
Yeah.
Like, even the GPS, we put it in and it goes, you must walk. Like, even the GPS didn't know what to do.
The GPS is like, you got no choice.
So I sat there for 30 minutes and then I finally found like a secure car park. But the road I was on was fenced off. So it's either I like drive through it,
Or
like Dukes of Hazzard style,
yeah.
or I do a U-turn and recoup where I've come from.
Look, it's poorly planned. I don't know. I've never been a fan. There is jeez, I touched the wire. There is one place. So, an old boss of mine was hammering me, telling me to hit up some place in Newtown called Pasta Bowl or some shit. And I was like, I'm never going to go to Newtown. One day I did. I ended up in Newtown. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to see if it's actually dog shit. It was quite nice. Now,
The place or
the place, the food. It was bustling full of...
Look, most shops there are actually like are pretty good. Most.
I'd
say most.
I think that was the only place I went to that was good.
I've been to a few places and I rate them. Most, I would say that you have to be because it's Newtown's a new city, so it's hype.
There are cool bars, I guess. I haven't been to enough, but there are cool places. I mean, okay, the last time I went to a bar in Newtown, a friend of mine wanted to go have a drink. I was like, all right, let's go. So we went, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find a drink, and I don't want to go heavy. I mean, they're gonna have a beer or like a cider or something, max, right? So have a look, and like the cider's from Western Australia. And it was crap. It was actually crap.
Oh, it's because like organic and
it was organic voodoo rocks in it, like immunity, all that rubbish. And then the other beer they had, the only beer they had,
Toys.
Nah,
Great Northern.
Nah, Foster's. Foster.
What is that garbage?
Foster from like 1990. Fucking
never.
Yeah, that's the one. The Simpsons made fun of it.
God, that's an awful time.
And they charged me like $8.
Yeah, that's the standard.
Yeah.
Like I went
They could turn me off so bad.
Like when I went, they had like shots and whatever. So I bought your gin and tonic, whatever, because I was at Holy Moly.
Okay. I don't think they do gin and tonic.
They do, because I walked in. Now, all right, first and foremost, Holy Moly was packed to the brim.
Is this Holy Moly Newtown?
That was my. So we went and ate at a Japanese restaurant. That was good. Then we went to Holy Moly, and then Holy Moly was packed to the brim. And what blew my mind is where the bar is. So the guy's like, we can't let you in because there's no spots to play, but we can let you in to drink.
But it's right there.
So I looked at him like, but what's the difference? He's like, because of COVID. And I'm like, what you just told me
that
makes no sense.
No, because I've been to there too.
So I'm not allowed to go in to play because of social distancing, but I can go in to drink.
But the bar's also connected to the
game is there, and the bar is
like
there.
It's right there.
Like the people playing the game, I'm going to mingle with anyway. So what difference is it, right?
What, are you just worried that the police are going to come?
Even if they do, they're going to shut you down anyway because I'm sure there are more than 300 people in there, okay?
That is...
Anyways, so he's like, yes. I'm like, oh, whatever, get me in. I'm not going to stand outside in the rain like a retard. So I walk in, sit down, we get drinks. So I got a gin and tonic. Now, how much is a gin and tonic usually?
$8
each. So I got charged 24 for 2.
Shut up.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking.
What gin did they use?
So it's some purple stuff, right?
Well, that purple stuff.
Yeah. So he pulls out, he's like, got the purple stuff. I'm like, because I'm like, you know what? Look, I want a gin and tonic. He's like, oh, we've got this. I'm like, dude, just surprise me. I'm not gonna sit here think of drinks, or whatever. I just give me one. I'm driving anyways. So he's like, pulls out this bottle of purple shit, and he's like, the purple stuff. I'm like,
I don't think there's ever been a good gin with purple. I mean, I might be wrong, but probably.
Who knows, right? And I'm like, you know what, man? Sure. And he's like, all right,
load me up.
$24 each. Now I watched him pour it. He poured like this shot. So the glass is maybe this big, as big as the microphone, right? Shots this big, and the rest was tonic.
Christ.
I didn't feel a thing.
I mean, tonic's cheap.
I didn't feel a thing.
Of course you didn't.
Okay. Pours it in, he's like, 24 bucks. I'm like, oh, okay, this better be good. It was...
Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a Newtown thing too, though. Like, okay, you might go to a bar with fancy drinks, you might have a good time. And I feel like the people that are having a good time really don't care about their finances.
No.
Really, really don't. Because if you see how much you're actually getting slagged... It's a joke.
I got right. And we bought shots, so there's like shots. I'm like, fuck it, like I'll have a shot then. So looking through it, there's like slippery nipple, wet pussy. There's like all these random names.
All these ratchet.
All these random names. I'm like, okay, geez, like yuck, have some class. Yeah. I mean, I get it, holy moly and all, but geez. And then the guy's like, Fireball. And I'm like, man, I don't do Fireball.
What am I, 18?
It just doesn't sit right. And then he gets this coupon, like this flyer. It's like $8 shots for Fireball. And I looked at him like, I like the way you're trying to sell it. I will have 2. I will have 2.
You've made a sale, sir.
But that's not why I came here.
Yeah.
Pause it, whatever. Another shot glasses are this big, so they're small. And I had it, and I'm like, wow, this is rubbish. Like I just spent $40 on 2 disgusting drinks,
and you got absolutely nowhere.
No way. And the whole point of this, when I came, like the whole point of this was I was meant to sit in the bar, and once a game or a spot frees up, they throw me on. So they're like, you came here at like 9:15. If you wait until 10 o'clock, we'll give you a spot. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm at the bar drinking for like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's like 10:15. I'm like, hey, man, I don't have any spots left. It's like, oh, sorry, we're going to close. We're actually closing at midnight. So whoever's in is final bookings.
Yeah.
So they're going to play first. And if someone cancels, we'll let you know. And I'm like, hold on. But I was told I was going to go in at 10 or 10:15. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what was the point of me waiting there?
I know what he's done.
And then I realized something.
He just got you in.
He played me.
He played you big time.
I spent $50 for nothing.
He just took you in. Go wait to the bar. I'll call you when you're ready. How many spots? Yeah, dickhead, I know.
I got... And he always came up. He's like, hey, dude, another drink? Oh, hey, man, another drink.
Wait,
like,
okay. If it's the... Okay.
It's the guy with the long hair.
The last time I came there, that guy tried scamming us too. He must be the number 1 employee. You know what? If you happen to watch this, you're doing your job well. Like,
good
well
work.
Done.
Good work.
Well done.
I mean, thanks for scamming me.
He
Good
played
work.
my ass too.
Yeah.
He played me too.
You made it.
Hey, guess what he did to me as well? He got me with the fucking Fireball shots. He's such a scumbag. Yeah, I remember picking up Dream like, why am I doing this?
And then
I'm like, why did I do this?
Because he goes to me, he's like, I'm like, oh, we're looking at shots. We're looking at the menu. And he's like, you guys want shots? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I gotcha. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to pull me some wicked stuff, right? Like a third of this and 2/3 of that.
But has there ever been a wicked shot?
No, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. And then he comes back. The only most wicked shot I've ever had was, I think, in some club in the city. It was 70% alcohol.
Oh, so you're looking for a shot to get fucked up?
No. That was the most wicked thing I've ever had. And I remember it because I tried to compare it to methylated spirits. And it was basically the same thing.
I mean, meth probably tasted... Yeah, it probably went down smoother.
Yeah, meth does go down smoother. Anyways.
That's terrible.
He goes, he's like, you want shots? And it was the charisma that got me.
I know, right?
And he's like, I know what you guys want. You guys want shots? I'm like, yeah, can I have 2, please? And he's like, all right, come right up. And I'm like, cool. I'm like, I want something wild. He's like, all right. Instead of coming back with shots, he came back with a flyer.
A flyer?
And then he's like, and he comes and he's like, what do you guys think? And it says, Fireball for $8. And I'm like, look, man, I despise Fireball. But you know what? You won.
You won me with your style and charisma and sense. You scammed me. Scam 101.
You, sir, are clever.
Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Newtown.
It can go on and on and on.
Look, Newtown can be... It can be great for you. But our consensus...
Don't go to Newtown.
Don't go to Newtown.
You can't park there. And when you do find parking, it's timed. By the time you get to your destination, you've done a 2-kilometer hike. Okay, the streets are shit. Most of the shops are weird. Some of the people there are weird. Like, I saw a naked dude by accident. I just walked and I saw a purple light. I looked to left and there's a naked dude changing. Like, it's one of those, like, shows.
Yeah, I once saw someone on a Wednesday night walking down the street by himself, 7 o'clock at night in that full alien suit. Like, you know those green aliens?
Yeah.
And he looked like he was having a normal time.
That man is on drugs. I saw an Asian guy in a Scottish outfit of some, what's it called?
You saw an Asian guy in a Scottish outfit.
That blew my mind. And it just goes on and on.
Doesn't get my vote of confidence. I'm not going back.
I'll go back, but in a group. Because like when something goes wrong, I have numbers.
well, to the next area. Sorry if you offended anyone in Newtown. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sorry.
Welcome to hell.
Till next time.
Adios, amigos.